Hello everyone and welcome back to Sekien no Inganock. Yeah. Let's begin, shall we? Continuing on with Chapter 4. A mirror, even if it reflects nothing. It's just darkness. Information space wasn't composed of text. Technically, it wasn't even space. Engines which operated as calculation and information accumulation devices. Their internal information archives could be connected to one's consciousness. The act of capturing that information with one's conscious mind, the field of vision thereby produced, was called information space. Guy's consciousness was now amongst the archive, and was recognizing it as space. In other words, it was within the information that the entire building had been accumulated. Information's space utility lay in its convenience. The information space produced by an engine connection was among the most efficient of all Inganock's crack engine technology. People could easily obtain information this way, all of the information that engines had accumulated over the years. There was no need to grab documents and flip through hundreds of pages. There wasn't even a need to read any text. One merely walked through the space and saw the relevant information. There was enough to carve the information into one's brain. It took no time at all. In mere seconds, all the information in a book, thousands of pages long, could be written into one's brain. But most of all, Atty and the others are right. There is considerable risk. Guy walked through the darkness, nothing at all existing in his field of vision. That told him that there was no information in this archive. And that couldn't be right. The automaton had definitely said the building's central storage engine had accumulated all the documents' information. Which could only mean a hacker, one who devours information. A type of runner that excelled in information hoarding. They had crack engines implanted into their brains and could connect to all sorts of information archives. They stole information from the first-tier industrialists and city management, then sold it to informants, dealers, and other runners. Many of them were once affluent. Occasionally, they would simply lay waste to information they liked, like this darkness, so that only they could have it, so that no one else could ever have it. Those were colloquially called mothholes, a slang term used by industrialists and runners in the lower tiers. He walked within the darkness and noticed several wide-open holes. He felt as if he'd been walking for hours, but was sure it was just a sensation of information space. In reality, only a few minutes had passed. If the information had accumulated there properly, then he'd be walking through a library by now. At long last, he discovered much larger holes, two huge holes that connected to an abyss. Evidence of pulverized information. Human senses recognized them as something resembling monstrous bite marks. Huge holes connected to a net of information used to manage the engine energy in the city skyscraper. One of them was dug quite deep, almost like one of Randolph's endless holes. Was this the source of the abnormality in engine distribution? Breaking through the defensive walls made of accumulated and encrypted information, accessing a different information space. Quite the moth. That was something only first-rate hackers did. Normally, the information space of engines designed to be standalone were kept isolated, forcing them to connect to other engines, using the engine energy, rushing out of the city, then connecting their information spaces, joining with all kinds of engines and invading all kinds of information space. Hackers who were able to utilize that special skill could connect from anywhere, unlike Guy, who had to connect from a specific location. They could even do it in their own rooms. Let's say a bed in the 5th tier. And they could sneak into archives of the 1st tier industrialists, even from there. Yes, that's right, troublesome. These words weren't meant for the first hole, but for the second. Words poured out when he moved his eyes towards it. Something was there. No, perhaps it'd better to say someone was there. A reaction from a high-density information entity. The same sort of entity as the present Gi. When living beings connected to information space, they were recognized as high-density information entities. A high-density information entity is hiding in this huge hole. I have a bad feeling about this. No answer. Gi sighed and began to search. He focused his consciousness on the dashboard, then began to input words into the search engine. Beginning search. Search complete. Read-only information name, Bandersnatch. Species name, creature. A creature in the form of an information entity. I heard a rumor like this once, but there was no reason to doubt the search results. There was no sensation of terror, but this was information space after all. He was outside his mortal body. The information creature Bandersnatch. He thought that nothing could be further removed from him, and yet here he was about to meet it. There was no sense of terror, no sense of panic, just the presence of danger. Call up the dashboard. Attempt contact. Set to analysis depth 1. Begin contact analysis of the target high-density information entity. Analysis depth 1. Dialogue with high-density information entity. A voice echoes out, information talking in the form of a voice. He couldn't properly recognize its form. A number of defensive walls were covering and protecting it. But it was right before Yi's eyes, the information space creature Bandersnatch. As expected, he felt no terror, no panic either, just the uncomfortable sense of danger boiling up. And most of all, surprise. It was emitting a voice. It was sneaky, speaking in words. He'd never heard of such a creature. A creature, the strangest of the strange, kings about bringing about terror. They never use human language. That's a characteristic all creatures share. This thing already knows my name, so it's a hacker creature. It's time for the minigame. Let's rock. About the city skyscrapers. The tier plate located closer to the upper tier than any other lower tier plate in the city of Inganock. It has roughly the same altitude as the upper tier staircase box. The tier is constructed out of high-rise buildings. It is said to be modeled after the Sekien city of Manhattan, but details are unknown. It was once built up as the key part of the archaeology city plan. But because of the calamity 10 years ago, a number of high-rise projects were abandoned. At present, city management is based in the tier's administration ward. It operates engine energy management wards in all parts of the city. The city skyscraper also supplies the engine energy used by the information network core. It distributes the vast engine energy produced by enormous engines to all parts of the lower tiers. It truly could be called the heart of the city. Many of the extant high-rise buildings could be called enormous calculation engines. A number of great companies and industries in the city have fortresses called high-rise buildings in the city's skyscraper to show off their power. Alright.
ルアハ・クラインという人物、ショコビルディングに住んでいたというクライン氏の血族、息子か娘か、あまりに不可解だ。それは実在する人物なのだろうか。このショコビルディングには人間の生活の痕跡が存在していない。自動人形は嘘をつかない。名前を名乗らない彼女、女性型のあの自動人形が言った。であれば彼もしくは彼女は本当にもう存在していないのだろうか。しかし僕への電信依頼は有効だ。これを僕が受け取った以上、たとえそれが5年前の電信でもだ。ルアハ・クラインという人物が死亡したという確定情報がない限りは。確定情報か。それならあの自動人形の証言は、自動人形は嘘をつかないのだから、その言葉をもって確定ともできるだろう。だが何かが引っかかっている。何か重要なことを僕は見逃していないか。
Hacker information from the storage building. Part 1. First, about engine connectors. Crack engine connectors can be implanted into the body to synchronize the calculation and information accumulation engines, thereby obtaining all sorts of information. They're activated by touching calculation engines and focusing one's consciousness on them. Beginner's crack engine connectors are tiny things implanted into the head, the occipital lobe, to be precise, and any sore scars from the surgery are covered up by hair. Many humans in the lower tiers save up for shady doctors, and in exchange for risking of losing their lives in failed surgeries, become able to heighten their engine factory's productivity. The high-class crack engine connectors, prohibited by the upper tier, require surgical replacement of portions of the brain. Those surgeries have an exceptionally high failure rate, but when they succeed, those humans became able to control most calculation engines and gain supernatural information handling abilities. However, finding a shady doctor with the skills to pull off brain replacement surgery is probably much harder than the surgery itself. Only those who have overcome a difficulty can be called hackers. Hackers, a kind of runner specializing in information. They can connect to the engine energy information network running throughout the city, interfere with it, and contract distant information archives. City management, industries, companies, and engine factories. Hackers can invade everyone's archives. They can obtain whatever information they want. Of course, there's always a danger to it, especially after the development of engine energy control devices, since they can automatically burn away anyone trying to connect illegally. Still, despite that, the archives of large machines that accumulate great quantities of information, colloquially called information space, are treasure vaults to hackers. Many kinds of information can be exchanged for shillings, thus the hackers slip by the burners day and night, searching for it. Even in wars between industries, the hackers monopolize an important position. Master hackers are said to be more powerful than any firearm. Any industry would love a bird's-eye view of its enemies. At present, there are around 10 in the lower tier back alleys who call themselves hackers. They probably number even fewer than the equation users. By the way, everyone called a hacker is a special second-class wanted criminal.
ルアハクラインについて私の正式所有する情報は多くない。 このショコビルディングの主であった一級市民クライン氏の血族。性別不明、年齢は10代後半から20代前半。生前より健康状態に難あり、重度の変異病に罹病していたとの情報。クライン氏が逝去した本年よりも以前、5年ほど前にルアハ氏は逝去。死因は変異病の悪化による。葬儀は行われていない。配偶者なし、扶養家族もなし。以上。私の正式所有する情報は以上。正式にルアハ・クライン氏はすでに死亡。正式に。
自動人形を見たとき驚いた。あの嫌な上層兵とかを思い出したから。A 氏の役目でもあるのかなと思ってあの子の動きを見ていたけど、並の人間よりは頑丈だけども特別戦闘用に調整されてはいないみたい。あんまり警戒することもないか。それより上層兵の方が気になる。あいつらは無茶苦茶だから、出力も速度も呆れるくらい。速度だけなら負けないと思うけど、でも失敗したら死ぬし、やっぱりできればやり合いたくない。どうか何も起きませんように。トラブルが起きるなら上層兵以外の何かでありますように。よし、これで多分大丈夫。
わからない。ゲイは何をしているのだろう。誰を探しているの？誰を探してここまで来たの？わからない。みんな何をしているの？ルアハ・クラインさんを探しているの？本当にそう？もしもそうなら私にはやっぱりわからない。だってルアハ・クラインさんは
このショコビルディング、奇妙な違和感があった。クライン氏は第一層出身の資産家だ。それがなぜこのショコビルディングなのか。第一層の邸宅ではなくて、ここ豊島天楼とはいえ資産家が住むにはあまりに飾り気がない。このビルディングにいる理由があった。そう僕は考える。この建築物の第一印象は圧倒的なまでの外界との隔絶感だった。他者の侵入を拒むような閉ざされ、ある意味では完結した世界。ビルディングに満ちる書籍もそうだ。情報空間のライブラリに全て転写済みの、現在では意味のないただの紙の束。残った書籍には金銭価値などないだろう。ただの紙の束。そしてその情報は公開されている。侵入の意味などないと告げるかのように。隔絶されたビルディング、侵入の意味はない場所。何かが明らかに不可解だ。クライン氏はなぜこうまでもこうまでもこの場所を守ろうとするのか。
Hacker information from the storage building. Part 2. The creature in information space. Creature Bandersnatch. With unequaled tenacity in information space, it is considered a fearsome existence by the hackers. It is a creature with no physical body, no flesh, no blood, no bone. The name Bandersnatch originates from a ferocious carnivorous beast appearing in a Sekien myth. It is said to be as widely feared as the dragon. Records show a great number of casualties being brought about across every part of the city during the revival 10 years ago. Those who could connect to the information space were probably able to see it if they had a good or bad luck. Bandersnatch's skull holds 8 elongated teeth. Each hand has 3 long fingers with short and sharp claws. Its neck is long and stringy. Its slender body has a tail and 2 wings, but they aren't as valiant as the dragon's. Perhaps it could be called the dragon's caricature. though in a way it's far more frightening than that. Bandersnatch lays waste to information space. It can tear up engine energy and control a network at will. 10 years ago, this creature brought about many catastrophic accidents to make people suffer. The talk among the hacker is that this creature has changed its inclinations since then. It has stopped causing accidents and cataclysms. What Bandersnatch presently takes an interest in are the minds of humans. It takes pleasure in chasing down and destroying their fragile minds. Thus, whisper the hackers. About the creature phenomena. This is a theory advocated with creatureology, a branch of science which momentarily existed 10 years ago. Namely, the theory that the 41 creatures which appeared during the revival were not organisms, but merely a kind of phenomena. The creatures could even exist in information space. They couldn't possibly be anything other than phenomena which harmed many people. This way of thinking was rejected at the time, but at present it's considered common knowledge. Hacker information from the storage building. Part 3. About the original existence. There was a certain legendary hacker. He's been referred to as Keith, or just K. It is said that he snuck into the upper tiers aristocrats' information archive, and that he might even have touched the Grand Prince's secrets. The next day, squatters discovered the man called Keith, or K, reduced to ash by the road in front of his house. That man called Keith, or K, his dying words were, "Trust no one. He who is original. The truth lies with him." And that was all. Those words became a conversation piece amongst the runners. A legendary man who touched the Grand Prince's secrets and died. The incident was rather sensational. The second line of those words, "He who is original." At present, it's called the original existence. It's said to be the core of Inganock, or maybe the Grand Prince himself. Because of how few newspapers and media outlets used it, and how many different meanings people gave it, the name never really caught on. About the mysteries of the Kikai. Despite being called a mystery, they only really exist in fairy tales. It was never something spoken of by many. The mystery has a lot to do with their characteristics. For instance, do they have eyes? Do they like pleasant music? Are they capable of destroying creatures? A fairy tale born of the people's wishes. Was that really their origin? If it was, then it would make sense that they could destroy creatures. But can we really say that?
人形なのだと言うけれど、本当にそうなの？人間のようにしか私には見えない。人形だと言ったのは誰？人間ではないと言ったのは、私は首をかしげてしまう。この建物はわからないことばかり。みんなどうかしてる。機械の人形なんてどこにいるの？私にはわからない。彼女がなぜそう言ってしまうのか。
あの自動人形、なんだか気になって仕方がない。そもそも何がどうして女の形なのさ。書庫管理なんて筒の人形でいいのに。あんなにも精巧で綺麗で芸術品みたいで、だから気になって仕方がない。あの自動人形、本当は別の用途で作られたのかも。例えばまあいろいろあるけどさ。
ンジンヒューマン並びに自動人形について簡易的な情報。両者は極めて酷似した存在ではあるが、根本的な部分が異なっている。前者は高度に機械化されたただの人間、後者は純然たる機械である。人間か機械か。フラクタルな思考と強靭な身体能力を備えるエンジンヒューマンは上層でも重用される。理論上、人間のサイズを有したものでは戦闘用のエンジンヒューマンに勝るものはない。インガノックにおける記録上の事実である。しかし、その有用性にもかかわらず、製造数はごくごく少数に限られる。これは肉体の大半をクラックエンジンへ置換する外科手術の成功率がごく低いためである。手術費用も通常のものより跳ね上がる。そのため、上層による兵団設立、もしくは特殊な事情の裕福な下層民によってのみ手術は行われている。特殊な事情。第一の可能性、ランナーとしての成功を望む裕福な下層民であるという事情。第二の可能性、すなわち重度の利病により生体のほとんどを置換しなくては生存できない裕福な下層民。下層におけるエンジンヒューマンはおおむね以上の理由で製造される。年に数人の手術が成功するかどうか、その可能性も低いというのが実情である。以上。
クライン氏。クライン氏の死因は不明だ。白骨化した遺体では目にも見えない。クラッキングの右目が見た彼の白骨の経過年数は死後5年。彼の送りかけの伝聞、それを僕は5年越しで受け取った。ルアハ・クラインは存在する。この伝聞がそう告げている。仕事を途中で放棄はしない。あなたの言葉を僕は確かに聞き入れた。見捨てはしない。何としても見つけてみせる。
あなた、自動人形だと言ったあなた。なぜ何も言わないの？あなたは。私はまだ一度もあなたの言葉を聞いていない。声を聞かせて。言葉を述べて。あなた自身の言葉を聞いてみたいの。自動人形だと言ったあなた。あなたには自分の言葉があるはずなのに。
クライン夫妻について、私を製造した第一級市民の夫妻である。本来彼らは下層第一層の、すなわち富裕層の市民であった。しかし私の製造を境に彼らは私有財産のほとんどを売却している。その売却額は記録されている私の製造費用と同一。この数字の一致については私は詳細な情報を持たない。情報を持たない。私は何も知らない。知らない。
The four stolen ones inside the original existence. That was something told only among hackers, a rumor unknown to runners and normal citizens. The original existence is real. The four stolen ones serve him. He's laughing up in the highest place. The hackers sometimes say these words to one another. No one knows their true meaning. Even they don't understand what they're saying. Yes, they do not know. There's still no one who does. Completed! Let's go. Analysis Step 4. A dialogue with high-density information entity. Within the darkness, I continue my dialogue with the creature.
分かっているのだろう、ギー。お前は俺たちの仲間だ。そうだろう。ある一点においてのみ人は平等で、その一点で 俺たちとお前はつながっている。深く深くだ。
ああ、
Yeah. You're right.
もう人間は終わりだ。だから
I feel a presence. My golden eye scans the surroundings. Kia and the automaton were in the middle of talking about something. Guy was still sleeping soundly in his stroll through information space. She was the only one there. The ears atop Atti's head stirred. She could hardly hear any form of sound. But there was a presence on the far side of the large iron door. Something slightly bigger than a human.
キア、それに君もそこの扉からもっと離れてて。何かいる。
了解しました。キア、こちらへどうぞ。
Kia tilted her head as the automaton took her away. Yes, she appreciated the doll taking Kia all the way to the back. Attie cringed at the sensation running down her spine. This is what he'd been worried about. To think there really was something. But I won't let this surprise confuse me. I'm used to this biz. And I will not lower my guard. That'll only invite death. There was definitely a presence on the other side of the iron door. It felt heavy and inorganic. Was it one of those guys, fast despite their weight? No, they were busy having fun with David right now. She couldn't think of any reason for them to come out. Upper-tier soldiers, sometimes called knights, covered in armor befitting that alias. Objects of fear and awe to people in the lower tiers. They killed their enemies with speed, mass, and shocking physical abilities. This time they weren't supposed to be enemies, but in Guy's case it was different. She'd stuck her neck into another dangerous place. She'd have to do more than apologize when she got back. Guy's case. What's so important about this place?
なんなのさ、まったく。
She pursed her lips and gazed at Guy through the corner of her eye. At that moment, Attie's reflex nerves, strengthened by crack engines, captured a gaze. Its emotions were very shallow, but that gaze indefinitely contained a will. The automaton, that superbly well-made girl. She had been looking at Guy. A shallow tinge of fear was in her eyes.
君、
She started to speak, when the sound suddenly wiped those words away. The black cat shuddered. She consciously extended her retracted claws. Dark animosity was coming straight through the door. Something, or someone, was violently beating against the iron door. The building was about to be broken into. Analysis Depth 5. Dialogue with a high-density information entity. Within the darkness, I continue my dialogue with the creature.
クリッターは人間を害する。そうするように転している。確かにそう定められているんだ。ギー。誰に？誰かにだよ。ギー。俺たちは自然現象の一種だ。そう定義づけたのはお前たち人間だ。だから俺たちはそうあるしかない。人間を間引くための装置として存在する。
誰が決めた？
Who would do such? Someone with a will and a character could never do that. Not one person ever wished for this hell. That's what I believe.
甘いなき。誰が決めたならお前は納得する。大公爵か、聖教人の言う神か、それともそう義。お前自身か。これは現象だ。俺たちは無形の存在だ。誰一人止められはしない。いや、違う。消費されるために存在している。そう、人間たちの情報は結論づけている。そ そうして生きている。俺もそう。お前もだよ、ギー。合成ベーコンにだって命はあった。エンジン工場で作られる食物も元は命だ。そうだろう、ギー。
あ
I know everything this creature is saying. That's right, everything lives that way. However, I...
どうするドクター・ギー。俺は他の奴らよりも優しい。人間にどんな肉体的苦痛も与えない。傷つけるすべてのものをこの俺が消し去ってやるだけだ。苦痛を感じなくなるんだ。何も見えなくなる。何も感じなくなる。ただ何もかもを諦めるだけだ。誰より優しく俺は人間を一人ずつ終わらせてやる。
優しさ。
そう、これは慈悲だ。お前の大好物じゃないか。いいえ、世界はそれに溢れるべきだと思うだろう。だから俺とお前は何もかも同じだよ。
いいや
うん
いいや違うそうだろうクリッターバンダースナッチ。
Creature, what are you saying is that steel girl should end her life as a doll. Creature, what you're saying is for me to stay my hand, the hand that I hold out for someone.
そうだ。あの娘はあのまま終わる。決してもう人間には戻れない。体のすべてを鋼鉄に置き換えて、それでも人でいられるほど人は強くない。手を止めろ、ギー。お前はここで諦めればいいだけだ。俺にはわかる。お前とはきっと分かり合えるとだ。
僕は
I can't stop. I cannot hold this hand out to someone, resisting something and desiring something else.
なぜそうする。ならば話はここで終わってしまう。終わってしまうのだぞ、ギー。
I wasn't expecting this decision to come so fast. So, the correct answer is hold out your hand. I want to see what happens when we cut the connection, though. I'll cut the connection. Bring my consciousness back from information space, back to my brain, still on standby. I cannot stay this hand. However, I cannot deny the creature's words. There's nothing I can do. His consciousness filled him with despair and resignation. He couldn't save the girl turned to steel. How could he open her closed heart?
それでも僕はこの手を
He tried to open his eyes, but couldn't. His physical senses no longer existed. So this was the creature's attack. He wondered why it was willing to talk for so long, so it had been doing this the whole time. I was completely fooled by Bandersnatch's trap.
諦める時ださよ
Oh fuck, I didn't save! The creature said.
安心しろ、ギー。死はすべての人間へもたらされる。
The moment when you fuck up, you forget to save at a choice, and now we gotta like skip through like 40 minutes of fucking dialogue to get back there? Oh, fuck me. Well, let's shit. Alright, how do I skip again? Is it this button? No. This one? Oh, fuck me. No. Oh, god damn it, I didn't save after this? Fuck. Did that one register? Fuck. Okay, let's click that button. Alright, I think I know what does what now. It's cool. It's cool. Alright. Fuck. Damn it.
上白ラインについて
自動人形を見
I wish this was faster. Addy, then Kia, then Gi.
わからない
このショップ
The arm again. The mask. Fuck me, man. This is so bad. The arm. Mask. Kia.
人形なの
Atty.
あの自動人形
The automaton.
エンジンヒューマン並び
Talk to Gi.
クライン氏
Back to Kia.
あなた
Fuck. This sucks so much.
クライン夫妻
Oh my god. Automaton and then the mask. Alright. Let's go ahead and end that. Fuck me. Well that wasted like 2-3 minutes right there, I think. Alright. Continue onward. Here we go. We're back. Yay. I'm gonna go ahead and save just in the off chance that I fuck something up again. No, we're gonna go ahead and start saving over that one. In their inner voice. Okay. Return. Back to the game. Hold out your hand, Gi.
そうだな
分かってくれたかギー。
ああ分かったお前の言いたいことは全て
俺とお前は分かり合える。こうして対話を果たした以上友人だ。
友人かいや違うなお前が何を言っても僕には通じない情報空間に張り巡らされたお前の網に気づかない
なんだと。
時間は十分にあったお前はずっと僕に仕掛けていたそしてこの僕もお前の王はすでに掴んでいる逃げられはしないバンダースのうち
何を言うんだギー。情報空間で我が翼にかなう人間はいない。お前の意識のすべてはこの俺が食らう。背後に佇む機械さえも俺のものだ。
確かに人間ならそうだろうだが
He is behind me. He who can grasp you.
貴様はなぜだ機械を使ったな。ドクターギー。
The iron door broke down on the third strike. Addie bit her lip. How many of them were there?
第一級の情報犯罪か確認されました。処刑違反者への無裁判処刑は許可されていい。
痛いかなら
It was an upper tier soldier who'd been breaking down the door. One of the knights protecting the upper tier and its laws. Genocidal enforcers. Half-enginized people who'd quit being human. Armor covered its entire body. Something was written within its open helmet. She could see disgusting inhuman flesh. Yes, no longer human. It's no fantastic mutant either.
レディーにいきなり中身見せるなんてのあんた一応元は人間だろモンスターへの抗体処理ぐらい打てノーブルタトゥーとかさ
Maybe it's been possessed by a creature. Not that it changes anything. He'd asked her to do this. He who was currently sleeping. She stood in the way of the upper tier soldier, and felt the presence of Kia and the automaton behind her. Neither of them spoke. She wanted to praise them both for not screaming, but that was for later. The upper tier soldier had clearly gone mad. It was under something else's influence. That was definitely not its normal appearance. She didn't recognize it. She had no memory of a monster shaped like that. What was it? What was being done to it? It held its large executioner's sword in both hands.
先手必勝
I'll extend my retractable claws and swipe. The large sword blocked her claws, with one awkward thrust. The upper tier soldier's movements weren't sharp. That meant Atty wouldn't be killed too quickly. No ordinary upper tier soldier would be like this. Their speed rivals Atty's at times, and speed equals strength. Its sword and my claws cross paths, and I'm feeling an inhuman weight behind its blocks. The sensation of weight was making up for the soldier's lack of speed. Was its upper body strength really that ferocious? But its motion still seemed unnatural. Addie could feel it. She could win. Due to its mechanical movements, the upper tier soldier had lost all its flexibility. Without its fractal combat thought, the soldier was no longer anything more than a machine. It only saw Atty as an obstacle. She had a feeling. I'm not its prey? Then who's it after?
この黒猫を前にして随分と余裕があるじゃないのさ脳みそ半分見せたデクノボーごとき
The black cat quickly began to search for eyes within the helmet. Her golden eye comprehended all of the upper tier soldier's movements. I don't know why, but I think I know who it's after. It was after Guy. Even though they crossed blades, it aimed for Guy. That was half the reason why its combat movements were so dull. It's aiming for Guy, while the black cat Atty is in front of it.
君じゃ似合わないよ残念だけど王子様を起こすのはお姫様だナイトの役目じゃないさせない絶対
内臓化キキキキキ展開
The armor swung open with a scream. Heavy firearms, hidden in every gap available between its organs, deployed and aimed their muzzles straight at Guy.
何その奥の手悪
処刑
いけど
Guy's still sleeping. That's fine. He won't have to see this.
その首もらう
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The sound of a clock, the sound of a clock. Is it time? Is it time? It continues to call. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The second hand moves. It stops, pointing right at 1 o'clock. It is a pocket watch of white silver. It is a pocket watch carried by one man. The golden spiral staircase towering into the darkness. The man standing at the foot of it is none other than the silver watch's owner. With his master in the corner of his eye, continuing to climb the golden spiral staircase, the man continued to gaze at the watch, motionless. The man continued gazing at the watch and spoke. Like a chrome-built, machine-wound doll in an inorganic voice.
我が主私の計測が確かであれば今まさに情報空間の王と子羊は接触した人間の奥底を食らう貪欲な情報の王と大いなるクリッターの人柱機械の獣スナークを名乗りしザーバーを追うか貴様にやれるかどうか惨めな機械使い我らが意見貴様のあらゆる力の中で攻めているのかいいや
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. While holding her silence, Kia gazed at her. The steel her who continued to stand silently, she who Guy said was an automaton. The harsh, echoing metallic sound bothered her, but she was sure Atty would be fine. She'd stop the ferocious knight. As long as Guy was there, Atty would protect him. That's why. That was why Kia had been watching her, the entire time since the door was broken in. She'd been gazing at her, the beautiful her, who was covered in steel, those eyes which seemed to be made of glass. Within Kia's vision, that girl performed a strange action. Ignoring Atty and the knight, continuing their fight, as if becoming tempted by something. She's extending both her hands towards Guy. Slowly, silently approaching Guy, she gripped the pale neck with all her might, with an expressionless face. She hadn't realized that Kia was gazing at her. With the sounds of Atty's battle at her back, Kia softly approached. It's as if she's trying to strangle him. I silently touch her shoulder.
少女の手が肩に触れていた。不意に両手の力が緩む。入力命令を腕が拒否できるはずはないのに、私は自分の入力していた動作命令を思い、安楽椅子に腰掛けたまま目を閉ざしたのだ。医師、ギー、その首に両手をかけていた。殺さなくてはいけない。私の中で誰かがそう言うから。だから私はその声に従おうとしたはずなのに。止めるのですか、あなたは。
ダメ、殺さないで。ダメ、ルアー。あなたは何？私が、この鋼の私が何だというの？私は殺す。血の通わない鋼の腕で彼を殺さなくては。殺人の原理を私の情報は把握している。決意もある。それだけです。私と違って人間たちの体が守るのだから。この男は機関化もしていない。特にものもう数秒あれば全て終わる。止めないで。殺させて。その手を離しなさい。ダメ。その手を離して。何をそんなに怖がっているの？そんなに綺麗な顔なのに。どうして？何をそんなに怖がっているの？そんなにも悲しい顔をしてギーを殺すの？
違います。私に怖いものなんてない。怖いと感じること、取り戻したくないと私は思っているから。だから少女の手が肩から離れて、私は視覚情報を疑った。少女の白くて小さな手の様子に差し伸べられている。私に少女の連れ合いを殺そうとするこの鋼鉄製の人形である私に対して攻撃もせず逃走もせず、ただ
大丈夫。手を離して。お願い。あなたはきっとギーが助けてくれる。あなたの心に開いた穴塞がなきゃダメね、ルアー。
ルア誰か私がルアいいえ、違います。私は自動人形。
人形だなんて言わないで。あなたはルアー、人間なのだから。
私は人間ですか？この鋼鉄の人形か。
女の子。ギーヤ、私人間なのですか？私が人間。つぶやいて私の瞳の見つめる先にはその手。私は逃げるようにすがりつく。
なぜだ？3つの穴をお前に仕掛けたのに。なぜお前の肉体は生きている？なぜお前の精神は生きている？
Out of its long neck was a spring screw.
なぜだ？
The screaming shadow revealed its true form, a form seemingly made of mutated metal. Like a beast constructed from steel, its whole body became exposed as information space began to grate around it. The skin covering its huge body was deathly pale, the same color as a terrified human's. A fantastic metallic entity in the form of a warped dragon, whose red eyes gouged out human minds. Its long extended tongue shattered human minds. A beast. A true and genuine beast. This is no human. This is no statue made of iron. He knew. All the nerves in Guy's body shivered naturally. His body, used to terror, shook and became numb. That sick feeling was none other than terror. This beast called forth the original terrors of the human race. A creature. That's what my rationality calls it. The spring screw sticking out of its long neck is producing a grinding noise.
死のネジ。
It wasn't a true metallic entity. It was the fantastic high-density information entity, Bandersnatch. Out of all the creatures, this was the only one with intelligence that purposely chose information space as its domain. It once brought about many casualties during the revival 10 years ago. It devoured engine energy and gouged out human minds. One of the 41 creatures that devoured people. One of the 41 great terrors that covered the city. There's no way I wouldn't know. The creatures, they are terror given powerful form. It twisted the city plan and tried to reconstruct a malicious version of the ideal city. Once there had been a theory blaming this thing for the impoverishment in each and every tier. It was the very thing that called to people, telling them to give up with a sweet, alluring voice. It continued to devour their humanity, leaving holes deep in their mind. A horrifying thing. A dark thing.
諦めろと。
Guy held out his hand towards the high-density information entity that wouldn't stop sneering. A steel-colored hand. Overlaps Guy's right hand. The right hand of steel. Tears through the darkness. Covered in a steel helmet, a single light shines sharply.
ならば僕は諦めない。少なくともお前の前では絶対にルアー・クラインの心はもうお前には食わせない。クリッタバンダースナッチ。
He silently extends his right arm forward. He also extends his steel right hand forward as if tracing a path. It moves, yes, this thing moves. It actually moves as I will it. Nothing was wrong with his vision. There was no clown. Instead, he knew that there was a fantastic shadow behind him. He extended his steel arm and saw that the same things as him. The mid-sized creature peering down, one of the 41 deaths. Even without activating his equation, he could see it. He wiped out the presence, bringing him panic. He and Guy glared at the warped information entity's core. My right hand. It directs the steel hand as if it were my own. This isn't a phenomenon equation. However, it feels real. There was something that he, at the back of his back, could do. There was something that he and Guy needed to do. What must I do with this hand? He knew the answer. Just like with Salem.
ならば全ての人間を救ってみせるか。できまいよ人間。諦めてしまえばいいもの。愚かだよ。楽な道を選ばぬ貴様。
With Guy standing in its way, the information entity screamed. It tore through the surrounding information space, producing phenomenon in its wake. He could clearly see things which drilled through the mind. Guy's right eye had already captured everything about the creature. Metallic claws opened huge holes in human minds, weapons that killed minds and hearts, a phenomenon of death capable of breaking down humans from the inside.
この俺たちでさえも本当に壊れたいと望んだと思うか。死ね！
Those metal claws rose up. The targets were Guy and him. Its metallic claws tear apart information space, so fast my eyes can't follow them. Mortal bodies could hardly hope to dodge them, except perhaps for Pucelle soldiers, with their sharply honed nervous reflexes, or heavy-engine humans with nerve reconstruction. But even if they managed to dodge the claws, their minds would have been sliced apart by the torn information space. And yet, he was alive. Guy still lived. He stood there without even a scratch, in the very space the claws had drilled such deep black holes into.
遅い。
たかが人間ごとき。
わめくな。
He glared at the roaring information entity with his right eye. That was probably a cry of panic just now. It destroys people's cranial nerves, planting seeds of death or insanity within. And yet, he was alive. Guy still hadn't died. He probably would have died if this had happened not too long ago. But right now, the steel him was protecting Guy. He would not die yet. He focused his mind into his glaring right eye. His right eye saw all of it, the sneering information entity. Creatures are indestructible. Physical destruction is impossible. In the case of Bandersnatch, the sole means of destruction is incineration of all information.
なるほど、確かに。人は君に何もできないだろう。
The mental death, the Bandersnatch, an information entity with a domain in information space protected as if by gods. Therefore, humans couldn't possibly kill it. The sole means of destruction was complete incineration. Therefore, humans absolutely could not kill it. No one can burn something which hides in information space. However,
けれどどうやら鋼の彼は人ではない。
my right eye sees, as if coupled with my right hand.
鋼の君、我が機械ポルシオン。僕は君にこういう太陽のごとく。
Tearing apart, melting, and wiping out. My right hand is a blade wrapped in flames. This right hand that burns beasts to the core. His right hand was a blade summoned from an open steel chest. Together with flames of the utmost temperatures, it enveloped Bandersnatch, incinerating the beast in an instant. The creature was enveloped and broken down by the high-temperature blade before it even had a chance to scream. The remnants of that tremendous flame was left behind, as if blown apart. The huge hole in information space shook.
喝采せよ喝采せよおお素晴らしきかな第4の階段を盲目の生贄が登るのだ現在時刻を記録せよクロッククラッククローム貴 様の望んだその時だ。レムルレムルよ、震えるがよい。黄金螺旋階段の果てに我が夢、我が愛の形あり。
He climbs, he climbs, he climbs. One master climbs the golden spiral staircase. He is the controller. He is the grand prince. He is the fool, the king of Inganock, the magician and scholar who discovered the phenomenon equation. He climbs the golden spiral staircase, one step at a time, even now, even now. He aims for the peak. He desires that at the highest place. And that which stands at the peak laughs, even now, even now. It lies at the end of the golden spiral staircase, a dark, confined space where the dregs of the king's dreams sleep. He who is trapped within the darkness laughs, even now, even now.
まだもがくのか。どこかのバカが最後の機会を無駄にして。
He who is trapped within the darkness laughs, even now, even now. He raises a voice of exultation and extends his hand. However, there is no way that hand will move. Under the darkness, his hand merely writhes. It should be doing that. However, his left hand moves forward. Forward. My work is complete. He'd lost some of his wages by paying Atti's bodyguard fee, inconvenience fee, and making me fight an annoying battle apology fee. But even so, he'd received enough to maintain his current lifestyle for a while. Even if he went and obtained some valuable medicines or gathered a number of nutrients, he'd still be fine. My work is complete. Ruaha Klein has been saved. Someday her mind will return from that open hole in information space. A subtle incongruity. His head hadn't been feeling well the past few days. A strange pressure remained. Guy didn't know the precise cause. He didn't feel like investigating it. It would heal on its own if he left it alone. It wasn't that serious. Feeling something amiss, Guy lazily swung his head around. The kitchen entered his vision. He could see the girl's back. Was Kia cooking something? Sounds and a smell. One person stood beside Kia as she worked happily cooking. Someone with an unfamiliar footfalls. One girl gazing intently at the undying smile on Kia's face.
新鮮な卵とパン、こんなにたくさん手に入るなんて。ねえ、見てこの卵、お皿の上に割ってもプルプルするわ。
はい、プルプルしています。はい。
I know her name. Her name was Ruaha. Her full name was Ruaha Klein. Mr. Arthur Klein had left her a name, long before covering her in steel. Ruaha, the one girl left behind in the castle of books. She wasn't an automaton, but an engine human. Very similar, yet truly different things. She's human. Guy remembered something that the mechanic Mirimoto had told him yesterday. Morimoto.
エンジンヒューマンの成功率な。それは決してゼロじゃないんだよ。かつて10年前には交流があった。かの北欧帝国の皇帝様。知ってるか。かのクセルクセス旧世陛下がエンジンヒューマンだって話は業界じゃ通説だ。要は延命させたいと願う熱意と財力。 それは愛情とは断言できないよね。どっちもどんだけ注ぎ込めばいいのか見当もつかんさ。だが不可能ではないんだ。どちらかがどちらかを補えばいい。
Yes, it's definitely not impossible. He could hear the voices of Ruaha and Kia. One voice was Mary, the other inorganic. Guy suddenly thought, my job was to save this girl named Ruaha. That was the request he'd gotten through Eerily. He had already received his payment. However, why had things turned out this way? Why is she in my apartment? How did I end up taking care of another girl? He could see how they were doing. Their gorgeous cooking was about to come to an end.
なぜなぜなぜ。
ギー、食事ができたから手を洗ってから食卓についてくださいね。ねえルアハ。
殺菌消毒は健康維持の基礎です。留意してください、ドクター・ギー。
いや、僕は気にしないよ。別段構わない。
いいえ、ギー。キーラの健康維持への留意です。
A sigh. Guy shrugged a little.
あ、すぐに手を洗ってくるよ。
He said that and... to the next talk. For real though, like, am I the only one that those scare the shit out of? Those fucking like sudden, like animated little bits. They scare the shit out of me every time they happen. Like I'm not expecting them. I'll just all of a sudden like just blaring music and shit. It's like crazy, right? Like, I can't be the only one who's like, that's freaking weird. So we're just in chapter 5 right now. Your tears are right here. All right, I think that's a good place to call it. We may have gone over an hour a little bit, but that's totally fine. We wrapped up chapter 4, and that's good enough for me. So yeah, we'll call it here. Thanks for watching, everyone. We got Ruaha in addition to Kia into our apartment. So see how things progress from here. So until next time, everyone, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.